Welcome back to the Counting of the Omer. My name is Mike Sutcliffe. I'm one of the pastors here at Corner Fringe Ministries. Today is day 31, a costly intercession. Exodus 32:30 through 32 reads, "Now it happened the next day that Moses said to the people, 'You yourselves have committed a great sin, and now I am going up to Yahweh. Perhaps I can make atonement for your sin.' Then Moses returned to Yahweh and said, 'Alas, this people has committed a great sin, and they have made a god of gold for themselves. But now, if you will forgive their sin, very well. But if not, please blot me out from your book which you have written.'" The golden calf was more than a moment of impatience. It was a devastating betrayal of covenant. The people who had just declared, "We will do all that Yahweh has spoken," now bowed before an idol they had shaped with their own hands. It was a direct violation of the first and second commandments, and Moses, carrying the weight of this national sin, ascends to the mountain for a second time. "Perhaps I can make atonement." Moses doesn't excuse the people. He doesn't downplay the rebellion. He names the sin as great, but he still chooses to stand in the gap. His intercession is not casual, it is costly. He offers himself, his place in the book of life, if it would mean saving the people. This is one of the clearest pictures of self-sacrificial love in the Torah. But Yahweh declines Moses' offer. Why? Because atonement of this magnitude could not come from even the most faithful man. It would require something greater, someone greater. This moment becomes prophetic. It prepares us for the one who would stand in the gap, not symbolically, but fully, not just in prayer, but in blood. Yeshua, the sinless mediator, would not only plead for mercy, he would become the atonement. His intercession is not theoretical, it's eternal. It is finished. And because of him, the fire of God's holiness no longer consumes us, it refines us. What Moses did on the mountain speaks to the very heart of God. He stood in the breach, not because he was guiltless, but because he was willing to be erased if it meant mercy for the people. This is what love does. It carries the burdens of others. It enters into their pain. It pleads for grace they may not even ask for. That's the heart of a true intercessor. And it's the heart that points us to Messiah. Yeshua didn't just risk his name being blotted out. He bore the full wrath of our sin. He stood before the Father and said, "Forgive them." And then he died to secure that forgiveness. He was pierced so we could be pardoned, blotted out so we could be written in. But don't miss the invitation in this story. We're not just recipients of mercy, we are called to carry it for others. The more we understand the weight of Yeshua's intercession for us, the more we are compelled to pray for, serve, and forgive those around us. Think of someone who has failed, someone who doesn't deserve it, someone who may not even ask for it. Can you stand in the gap for them? Can you bring their name before the Father, not in judgment, but in hope? That's what covenant community looks like. We don't leave the fallen behind, we carry them to the throne of grace. So let me ask you a question today. When was the last time you interceded for someone who didn't ask for it? How has Yeshua's intercession on your behalf changed the way you view those who fall? Let's pray together. Yahweh, thank you for hearing the intercession of the faithful. Thank you even more for sending Yeshua, the mediator, who bore our sin and stood in our place. Let his mercy shape our hearts. Teach us to pray like Moses and to love like Messiah, with a willingness to stand in the gap until restoration comes. Well, friends, thank you for joining me for today's counting of the Omer. I hope that it was a blessing to you, and if it was, that's right, share it with a friend today. I hope that you'll join me tomorrow for day 32.